Hello and welcome everyone to another episode. Sorry about not making or not putting up a video yesterday. I put up a few videos the night before, I put up a Minecraft and SimCity and Kerbal. I was just kind of busy with family yesterday. I hope you guys had a good Easter, for those of you who celebrate Easter. Yeah, it was pretty fun, I guess. I mean, I just hung out with the fam and, had some food and just kind of hung out and didn't really do much. And then my girlfriend came back later on that night from California, so I was just kind of, just busy. I mean, not really busy, but I kind of wanted to do a video, but yeah. So, anyways, I kind of left off with the Christmas tree. So I didn't really want to show the docking up of getting these pieces on the crane. It was a little hard to do. It basically took me about 2 hours to figure everything out and kind of mess around with these controls and just kind of figure everything out. I ended up having to land a different tool. If you haven't noticed, this is a little bit longer. It's two pieces, but that wasn't like it wasn't like I had to land this because I ended up messing it up. I kind of planned on the fact that I had to. I just didn't know the exact length to land like a specific piece, so I was just kind of a little bit in the dark about it. But basically what I ended up doing is I drove up with this crane and with the old tool, the old crane piece, and I just kind of looked, I just kind of eyed it and figured out, how far away the pieces and everything else. And there was actually a few problems with that whole Christmas tree design. It did work very well as far as getting a whole bunch of these pieces to Minmus, but the main problem is the fact that the way that this crane is designed and the way that it's shaped like basically like an X, or a cross or whatever you want to call it, because it's shaped like that, the legs and everything else don't give it enough play to where it will actually connect. The legs will end up hitting, and what I ended up having to do is picking up, you can see there's a small, like a really, really small piece in the middle, and that was like from the smallest, the upper part of the Christmas tree design that I had. And what I basically did was just pick up that piece, and then I picked up the two larger pieces that are on the outside, as you can see. It was a little bit, like it took a lot of guesswork and stuff like that, and that was kind of one of the other reasons why I didn't really record any of that. Not to mention my frame rate isn't really the best right now, and it has to do with the fact that I have the tools down, and I ended up moving the rover a little bit further away. You can see over there, it's just to get it out of the loaded playable area. And it's times like these now I can't wait until I get my new computer set up. I mean, I do know that it's not going to be a significant change as far as frame rate is concerned, just because this game isn't optimized as far as having like X amount of parts in one area and all that other jazz. But it should fix it. I'm hoping, like, even if my frame rate increases to like 25 or 20, that will be more than enough in order to make it a little bit easier. You know, my processor right now is actually a very decent processor. You know, it's an i7, so I do feel like, I mean, I'm not like 100%, you know, saying that like what I got's the best, but you know, the processor that I have now, it's a little underpowered. It's a laptop processor. It's a laptop i7. So, you know, it's not like, it's not going to be the best thing ever. So, we'll see what happens when I get my new stuff. Now, I'm hoping that this is going to be a very easy docking. One thing I find about this crane is operating it in reverse is easier than operating it just like a normal way, I guess, if you want to say that. Like, it gets a lot better. The handling is so much better in reverse. It's weird. So, you know, I just find this to be a little bit silly. Alright, well, I'm gonna stop right here. That should be good. Trying to put the brakes on. There we go. Yeah, so the subscriber city in SimCity is going along very well. I know a lot of you guys aren't too concerned with SimCity, or, you know, and none of you guys are really that interested or whatever, but I mean, it's going along very well, and you know, I'm hoping more people jump aboard right now. I think we got about 5 people in, and you know, we all got pretty big cities right now. I'm going to do a few update videos. I did shoot a few videos beforehand. Well, actually, I shouldn't say beforehand. Well, before we started really making cities, it was kind of, you know, just a few extra videos of, you know, me just kind of setting up my own little city before everyone else got in. And that was just to, you know, ensure that everything else works out very well. Alright, this thing is getting very close. It might connect too. We might get lucky. I could disconnect it right now, and I think it would kind of drag it along. I just don't want to upset anything. I think I'm gonna hit gear down just for now. These things, I really hope that these things touch the ground next to this. You know, I did do testing, so we'll see. This thing isn't gonna have much play in it as far as, you know, I'll try to undock it right now. Maybe it will get pulled a little bit. I think I'll back it up first, though, just to kind of better align this. So yeah, I'm thinking about doing this exact same setup and all this stuff on the moon, and there's a few reasons behind that. Number one, on the moon, you get a little bit better traction. I guess, if you want to call it that. I would really have to scout the moon and find a very, very flat surface and try out something with that. The only problem is that, you know, talking about the moon, there isn't very many flat surfaces, so, you know, where I had my first moon base I ever made, that place was actually very, very flat, but I wouldn't go and delete my entire moon base just to reuse that area for something else, just because there's kind of a nostalgic value. You know, it's kind of like in Minecraft with your first workbench. Nobody wants to lose their first workbench. That is just kind of a, you know, that just kind of sucks. So, alright, let's slow down a little bit. Oh, I'm speeding up. No good. Alright, wow, this thing's gonna spring forward and back. Alright, come on, let's go forward. No, I just don't want to delete my first moon base. You know, I would rather keep all this stuff. And you know what? Like, maybe in the future, I mean, I'm not gonna say as of like right now or anything like that, but basically, you know, maybe we'll revisit some of these places, you know, and kind of do a little bit of a, yeah, I'll revisit some of them just to show, because I know a lot of people don't really skim through all my videos to just see all the things I've kind of created and stuff like that. You know, I was thinking about doing something along those lines, and also messing around with a few of my old rovers for fun. You know, I had a really cool idea in mind, and, you know, I would probably shoot one episode of it and get the feedback from you guys. If you guys like it, then I'll keep going. In other related news, I actually talked to the Solar Gamer. You know, was it Ryan Turner? I had a few questions for him or whatever, and he actually responded back, which I don't know if any of you other guys are really into basically messaging anybody that's like even remotely big as far as YouTube is concerned. Most of the bigger guys will not really respond back with anything you ask them. It's kind of upsetting a little bit. I'm going to try something a little bit different here. I don't want to be dancing around here for like 10 minutes. So, I'm sure I already have. But I've been having a lot of fun with this. It's just tedious. With the moon design, like with a moon design, it'd be almost the same thing. And the problem that just lies is the fact that on Minmus, the gravity is very low, so moving around and, you know, making a lot of changes to things and, you know, doing a lot of trying to get precision movement on Minmus is a little bit harder than it is on the moon. And it sounds kind of funny, but it's just with a lot of things, it's not very easy. You know, it's not that like I'm looking for the easy way out, but, you know, if you're trying to build a moon base or something, building it on the moon would probably be the easiest route. Now hopefully this gets lifted back up. Alright, I think that corrected it a little bit. I wasn't looking for 100% correction, but I just need it to be straight. I might just try to drop it right next to this, because I don't think they are the exact same height. So that might be the major problem. They also are a little crooked, and because this moon base is a very static object now, it isn't really gonna have much play in movement. So we might not be able to get a solid connection just with the crane. So if anything, maybe I'll try to drop it really, really, really close like this, and that might do the trick. Now let's see if it connected. Did this connect here? I don't believe it did, but what I could do is kind of bump it maybe too. I don't know. I mean, it seems like it got connected, but I don't know. Let's see what we can do here. Jump around to the crane portion. You know, I have no control over this because this is all basically, that whole piece there is all basically just, let's see, I'm gonna go forward a little bit. I want to kind of knock it around, and that might just push it right in. I don't know. We'll see what we can do. because these things are really, sometimes getting stuff connected is really finicky. So let's see if we got this now. Nope. So much junk on Minmus now. Jeez, it's like when I want to switch around, it's like constant. Yeah, it's a little late right now too. I kind of got home a little bit late, and you know, I have school starting tomorrow again, and I don't want to, you know, I like to record a few episodes at a time, and all I really do have time for is maybe one episode right now, and I'm probably going to do another one tomorrow night. It's probably going to be up late, you know, on Thursday, or not on Thursday, but Wednesday, or whatever you want to call it. But there we go. It's connected. There we go. Perfect. Just a little nudge, and we got it right in. That sounded so wrong. Let's just check it now to make sure 100% that it is connected. We got a break. Now what I'm going to do is basically just kind of swing around and connect this other piece, but I wanted to show you guys at least one connection. I do have some plans for things I'm going to be adding, and that's going to be maybe later on in the week. I might land a few pieces. These things always freak out. If you look at these legs, they're just like, wow. Every time these things get loaded, they just fly everywhere. So none of them are broken. This is the only one I think that's broken right here. This is this piece, and that broke while we are landing. I talked about that. So we got our first connection, and I'm just gonna check it and make sure, because otherwise this will get deleted. Yep, perfectly connected. So we have our first little extension onto our moon base. And I plan on doing something on this side, and I'm not really going to talk about it. And somebody mentioned a solar farm, basically, or I mentioned a solar farm, and that's going to be extended off on this side. I'm going to have one piece that comes out. There's going to be like a little hub, and then it's going to go this way. And there's going to be a solar farm like right over here. And you know, I was thinking of maybe leaving the hub open. I'm not sure yet, but what I could do is, see this piece, with all these docking ports on it, I could just reuse this, possibly. I don't really like the idea of reusing it, because it's kind of it's not you know, the six-sided piece that I like, but we could use this. It's just the only problem is this is maybe a few more parts than using the six-sided piece. So I know that sounds kind of silly, but I don't really want to exceed or go too high on part lists. So it's not the most exciting episode, guys. You know, I'm sorry for that, but you know, I just wanted to show you this for now. And that looks amazing. I'm going to go ahead and connect this off camera. And, yeah. This base, I mean, you know, it's really coming along, surprisingly. I remember I said it was going to take me a week. And, no, it definitely isn't going to be a week. This is going to be a kind of an ongoing project. I think I might start a space station around the moon. And, I'm gonna test out the Jewel carrier like sometime this week. I've been talking about those a lot, and I kind of I don't wanna like tell you guys, oh yeah, I'm gonna do the Jewel carrier this week or next week, because I just, you know, I haven't really had a lot of time, and being sick and all that other stuff. I didn't really create much of a backlog as far as videos or even playing this game, so that was kind of just a crappy thing. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe. I have a Twitter and a Facebook for, you know, all my latest Kerbal updates and my videos and stuff like that. And, yeah, I will see you next time.